everybody, it's Anna. Time for the Wednesday card in this week's tarot story. So today we have the Two of Swords. Swords are connected to the mind. They're about ideas and plans and strategies as well as communication. And the number 2, I connect to germination or rooting in. So it's very early in the trajectory where you're trying to get stabilized before you get too far into action steps. So the image here has a woman who's got 2 crossed swords and she's blindfolded. The idea here is that the mind is being faced with the question of how is it going to make decisions, right? And the blindfold suggests that the mind is recognizing there's a limitation to how it can make decisions. And that's true because the mind left by itself is going to make decisions based on logic. And when you're facing 2 paths, you can't make a decision based on logic because the logic is only made up. Like basically you can sort of project forward what might this path lead to, where we might have problems or challenges, where might this take me? And you can do that with both paths, but neither one of that is data. It's just projection. You're jumping into the future. So the mind recognizes that it only has a very loose idea or kind of a delusional idea of what might happen. It can't guarantee it's going to make the right choice. This is the sticking point for the mind. But it's good because it's the 2 point. At this point, we want the mind to realize there is a limitation to logic, and we don't want it to go forward with just logic. We want it to root into this partnership it is being offered with intuition. So behind this woman is the sea, and in the tarot, the sea is always connected to intuition. So the idea behind this 2 point in the mind is we wanted to learn very early on, get it very rooted into the idea that there is accessible to it, this mad genius of the spiritual realm, which does know how to discern between paths, not based on logic, but based on some kind of magical intuition, right? A magical instinct. And we want the mind to learn that it's there and that it is trustworthy and get the mind to start allying with it. Because to get all the way through the spiritual journey, the mind there are lots of times where we don't know what's going to happen. There's going to be lots of times where we have to do things that actually look scary to the mind. And for the mind to agree to that, it has to have faith in its spiritual counterpart. And yesterday's card was the Fool, which is the spiritual counterpart. That's like the wild intuition that has access to the spiritual realm, right? So on the physical realm, we only can access what we can see, right? But in the spiritual realm, we have access to the entire universe. And that's what the Fool is accessing for us. So in this 2-step, we give the mind a chance to pause, to recognize it has limitations, but fear not, because those limitations are not going to be in the way. It has a powerful ally in the spiritual realm that is right there as its partner. And this affects not only making this choice, whatever this choice is, this represents, it is about as you move on the path, you continue to develop this rapport and this alliance between the mind and the intuition, because that's where you're able to create sustainable gains in the spiritual realm. So today, consider where your mind might be a little bit nervous or panicked or trying to make a decision, and recognize where the mind feels like it might have hit a limit. That's fine, because the mind is not by itself. It's okay if it hit its limit. It's not by itself. There's accessible to it, this other realm of possibility and magic. And you're going to help the mind access that, recognize it, and benefit from it. Consider that today. I'll see you tomorrow for our next card. Bye.